This is a really cool drill to give you 5 different shots with your wedges. We're going to call it levels. And what I mean by that is you're going to set the club and position it to levels to create these 5 different shots. The first level is going to be half a swing. We're going to call it level 1 to 1. It's going to look like that. Then we're going to move up to level 2-2, which is a 3/4 swing. It's going to look like this. Here. Same on the other side, 3/4. And then the level 3-3 is going to be your natural full swing. Now we're going to add 2 more levels, and it's going to be a 1 to a level 2. So it's going to be basically a half swing in the backswing, and then a 3/4 finish. And then we're going to level up to the 2-3, which is going to be a 3/4 swing back with a full finish. Now you're probably saying, okay, how does this work? Well, the beauty about this system is when you start practicing these shots, you're going to create 5 different yardages for your wedge. So right here I have my pitching wedge. I would suggest when you start out, start with the pitching wedge. So I'm just going to work through a couple balls here and show you how this system works. So we're going to go for the level 1-1 now. Holding my finish. Okay, and that's about, I'd say about 45 yards right there. Now I'm going to move to the 2-2. 3/4, 3/4 on each side. Okay, so that's about 60 yards right there. And then we're going to go to the 3-3. It's going to be a full swing. I got a lot more distance on that. That's going to be closer to 100 yards. Now we're going to the 1-2. So if you remember, with the 1-1, it was about 45 yards. With the 2-2, it was about 60 yards. So what you're going to find with the 1-2, it's going to be a shot in between 45 to 60 yards. Now I'm talking my yardage. It's going to be different for you, but this is going to give you a nice little gap yardage in between those 2 levels. So we're going to half swing to a 3/4 finish. And that's perfect. That's about 50 yards right there. Now we're going to the 2-3. Again, the 2-3 is going to be in between your 2-2 and your 3-3 level, and it's going to fill in that gap for you with that yardage. I'm going to hit a 2-3 here. So it's going to be 3/4 swing, full finish. That's great. It's about 90 yards right there. So what I did is I created 5 different yardages with my pitching wedge. And the cool thing about this drill is you're going to apply all this information. You start on the range, you dial in your yardages for the 5 levels, then you take it out to the course. And you're going to find when you're out there, let's say you're 45 yards from the hole, start thinking in terms of levels, saying, hey, when I have my pitching wedge, I can hit a 1-1, and that's going to be the exact yardage that I need to get to the hole. So you start thinking levels, and you're going to find when you're out on the course, you'll start saying, hey, this shot is a 2-2 with my pitching wedge, or this is going to be my standard full shot 3-3, or you know what, I need a little bit more distance than the 1-1, but not as much as the 2-2, so I'm going for the 1-2. And you're going to start thinking with this level system, it works great. And the beauty about this drill is this. You get 5 different yardages for 1 wedge. Now you start adding more wedges into your bag. So you can do this with your sand wedge. There's 5 more shots. You have a gap wedge, there's 5 more shots. Do you have a lob wedge? There's 5 more shots. So if you have 4 wedges in your bag, technically you can have 20 different shots. So I recommend getting a piece of paper and a pencil, writing these yardages down when you're at the range. And then when you're out on the course, then you can pull out your little cheat sheet for your wedges and say, okay, what's going to be the right wedge and the right level for this shot? And then apply it. So this is a game changer. I usually recommend levels to more advanced players. So if you were a beginner golfer, I would suggest start with 1 wedge, your pitching wedge, Get the 5 levels for your distances and let it grow from there. With advanced players, you're going to pull out all of your wedges and really dial in what your yardages are. This is a game changer in that the ball is going to get right next to the hole and you're going to one putt. Okay, it's all about the short game. Short game is more than half of the game of golf is our short game. So this is really going to help you dial in those wedges. Start with these 5 shots with a pitching wedge and comment below and let me know how this works for you.